Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the NBA slate for Monday. We have 9 games today. Last couple of days left before the All-Star break. Starts on Friday, so we have 4 days left. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hopefully, we can have a nice little run before we head into the break. As always, if you enjoy the videos, appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to join us now that football is over, I've discounted the NBA pass to just $39. So that includes the rest of the season and playoffs. So we can get on a nice run and get on a nice hot streak. So you can check out the website if you want to join us. The link is in the description, dfsprocess.net. Check out Prize Picks. You can use my code PROCESS for a deposit match up to $100. And I post that stuff on Twitter. Closer to lock, it's at the DFS Process on Twitter. And let's get started with the video. So looking at the point guard options, you have DeJounte Murray. He is the most expensive guy. It's been for a pretty good reason. He's been awesome this year. And they traded away Derek White, so there's just nobody else to really handle the ball on the team. He has a sky-high usage rate. They play at a pretty fast, up-tempo pace. They put up 124 and 136 points the last couple of games, and Murray has had a shot of triple-doubles in both games. He had one against Atlanta, fell a couple of rebounds shy against the Pelicans. Chicago is missing some pieces, especially Zach LaVine is the biggest name that's missing right now, so should be a closer game than usual, even though they are on the road. I like Murray more than Curry, just does a little bit of everything. And then you have a nice price drop into the 8K range with Van Fleet and Fox. De'Aaron Fox gets a nice matchup. He plays big minutes, got up to 38 last game. Didn't do much with the peripherals, but he did have 21 shot attempts, third straight game since he's been back, where he's taken 20 plus shots, which is a pretty good sign. So definitely Fox is somebody that you can look to pay up a bit at the point guard position. You have Simons. It's pretty expensive, but he's been awesome for the Blazers. Really a good tournament option. Probably wouldn't go to him in a cash game just because I'd rather get up to like Fox. You have a lot of other guys that are cheaper here, like Drew Holiday gets a great matchup against Portland. They are missing Connaughton. He's going to be out for at least a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two. So some of these guys are going to benefit just with some extra minutes, like Holiday. Giddey got a triple-double last game, second triple-double of his career. He got it in 33 minutes, so even though they said they're trying to limit him to 30 minutes, when he has a shot at a triple-double, the coach is going to put him out there. I don't know if I'll go to him against the Knicks. It's a tough matchup. They play slow, and the price tag is pretty expensive now. Going a bit cheaper here, I like both of these guys in the 6K range for the Bulls. Kobe White and Dosunmu are just getting a lot of minutes right now without LaVine missing a lot of their bench pieces. Javonte Green is also questionable, so we could see another 37, 38 minutes for Kobe White. Does give you a lot of upside. And then you have Dosunmu, who does a bit of everything. Doesn't take a ton of shots, but he gets a lot of assists, gets you some rebounds as well, and is playing just monstrous minutes. 42 last couple of games. He's like the Sixers' Tyrese Maxey. He just doesn't come out of the game much, especially when they are shorthanded like they are right now. So if you project him for like 40 minutes, he's going to look really good at only $5,900 going up against the Spurs. And he is pretty good defensively. You expect him to be locked in on Murray. And then you're dropping a bit to like the 4K range where you can look to like Burks or Neto, or maybe go down into like Ish Smith land, who played well in his return to Washington. But, you're probably going to get good games out of those guys once in a while. I think Campazzo looks appealing without, I believe Morris is still out. Can double check on that. He's questionable, so if he plays, then you probably wouldn't want to play Campazzo, but keep an eye on that news. Moving on to the shooting guard position, no Kyrie because he can't play at home games. Zach LaVine is out. So Donovan Mitchell is your most expensive guy. He looks really good against the Rockets. Only concern you have is if it's going to be a close enough game in Utah with the Jazz getting healthier. Going further down here, I don't have much interest in like Van Fleet or Ingram or Middleton much. I don't have much interest in McCollum or Giddey. So looking for a bit cheaper of an option, we have Kobe White that you can definitely look to at $6,000. Going even further down, you have Seth Curry, who'll probably start for the Nets today. They have a lot of guys that they can still play, but making his debut for the Nets, coming over from that James Harden trade, he looks like a pretty good value at 54. It's going to take some minutes away from Cam Thomas and maybe some from Patty Mills, depending on the starting lineup will be pretty important for the team. I expect Curry to start, but there's a chance that he comes off the bench. And then going all the way down for just a pure punt play is Grimes, who has started the last couple of games for the Knicks. He's, Tibbs, he likes to play his guys heavy minutes, and he's played 37 and 31 minutes. Looked really good last game against Portland, even though they blew that big lead. Was in slight foul trouble there, but still played 37 minutes. He's a guy that can shoot the ball pretty well. On the season, he's shooting 40% from distance. He doesn't get to the free throw line much, but we'll see if he can kind of improve on that percentage. But overall, you're getting a guy min-priced in a great matchup against the Thunder. Going up again, I'm playing for a coach that just plays the starters a lot of minutes. And without RJ Barrett, there's a lot of usage and scoring to be had. Small forward, I have some interest in Kuzma, but at 86, he's pretty expensive, but he does give you a lot of upside just because Porzingis is still not making his debut. But the one price tag that really sticks out here in the mid-range is definitely OG Anunoby. His price has come way down for no reason. He's cheaper than Scotty Barnes now. He's a couple of bad shooting games, just 4 of 16, 5 of 13, but he plays huge minutes. And on the season, he's typically been a lot more expensive than $6,400. You couldn't get him under 7K for a while. It's the first time he's been under 7K since the end of January. And the matchup is fine against Pelicans. They play at a pretty fast pace. So, chance to get some steals and blocks that we know he can rack up in bunches. And you can hit some threes if he gets going. He's been shooting the ball better this year, even though he struggled the last couple of games. But definitely like OG Anunoby over like Scotty Barnes. I think he looks better than Gary Trent as well, just because he can kind of do a little bit of everything. Trent, he's a good play as well, but I'd rather go with Anunoby. He's cheaper. Trent is way more scoring dependent. And then going all the way down here to look at some value here, you can look to like Avdija at 42, just getting more minutes right now for the Wizards. Pokusevski at 42 looks fine, but Roby played well, and he's cheaper. He's like 3,000, so he looks better. And like Reddish will get some run, but he's questionable, I believe. So I don't they don't even like playing him, which makes not too much sense. Moving on to power forward. Your pay-ups are definitely Giannis, who looks great, but you can go down to DeRozan for way cheaper at 10-2, getting a ton of usage, playing big minutes without Zach LaVine, getting way more shot attempts. I don't mind going all the way down to not all the way down, but going down to Julius Randle as a pay-up here. Without RJ Barrett, there's really nobody that's going to be getting a lot of usage, so Randle's taken a lot of shots recently, 20, 23, 22, 20, getting a lot of rebounds, getting assists, having the ball in his hands a lot more. The matchup is excellent against the Thunder. I think at home, he can probably try to capitalize given how good of a matchup it is. Chance to get you, flirt with a triple-double at times. The rebounding has been huge, so I'll go ahead and put him in at 96. I think him and DeRozan are my two favorite pay-ups given the price tags. Going with the value pick, you can go with like Josh Hart or Grant or Dort. They look fine. I like Gordon a bit at 58. Just pretty affordable for a guy that does give you some upside. And the matchup is excellent going up against his former team. Has some revenge potentially on his mind. And then another value pick would be Kaminga, who's been starting for the Warriors. He looks really good as a rookie. Doesn't try to do too much. Just takes whatever shot he can get. If he always looks to drive to the basket, which is nice. And gets you some rebounds. And the matchup against the Clippers, another one that should be a higher scoring type of game. Good price tag on him. And expect him to continue to start. If he comes off the bench, then you can probably get off of him. And then my center pick, Jokic looks great as always going up against this Orlando team. I like Jokic. Giannis similarly, probably Jokic a little bit more. Giannis probably will play today. He's probable, but we've seen that tag happen, and then he gets downgraded. But I'm going to go ahead and put in Vooch at 98. Getting a couple guys right below 10K with Vooch and Randle, both guys with monstrous upsides. Both have abilities to take like 25 shots today, get you like 15 plus rebounds. Vooch has struggled a little bit with his three-point shooting at times this year, but still taking a lot of shots, getting a lot of rebounds, and the playmaking with the assist can definitely be there today as well, just without Zach LaVine and just playing a lot more minutes. So feel pretty good about these six. You got some really good studs with Randle and Vooch, got some good value with Grimes, OG, Kaminga, and Sumo. That's it for DraftKings. Let's go over to FanDuel. All right, on FanDuel, your payups at point guard are Murray, who looks still very appealing at $10,800. You save $1,100 to get down to Curry, or save like $2,000 to go to like Donovan Mitchell. You have Fox sitting right here at 8,000. He looks pretty good, given how good of a matchup it is against Brooklyn. 6K range, you have a good price tag on Cade, but he didn't play much in his first game back, so hopefully he's not on a minutes limit today. But I go down to like Kobe White, Jalen Suggs. Both guys are pretty good price tags. You have Seth Curry at a good tag at 53, especially assuming that he starts. And then 4K range, you can even look to like Kemba and like Neto at 45. I'm going to go ahead and put in De'Aaron Fox for now at 8,000 flat. At shooting guard, you have DeRozan at 10.4, Murray at 10.8. Both guys look appealing. You have no problem with either one of those guys. You do have some other guys in the mid-range with like Middleton is only 76. Cam Thomas, Gary Trent, they're pretty much fades. 6K range, I don't mind going to Klay Thompson now that he's playing like 30 minutes, if not a little bit more than that. But still like DeSumo, just given how many minutes he's going to play today. Just very safe in terms of a guy that isn't going to take a lot of shots, but he's going to get you a lot of assists, get you some defensive stats, get you some rebounds. Grimes is pretty expensive. He's a fade on FanDuel. I'd rather go Seth Curry. And in the value range, you can look to like Javonte Green maybe if he's starting at 48, but not too much otherwise to like besides. And Vassell is pretty expensive, so you can't really go to him. Small forward, Giannis looks great at only 11.4. You're saving $1,000 from DeRozan, but probably go Giannis over DeRozan. But like the price tag on Kuzma, he's only 77 compared to 86 or whatever he is on DraftKings. You can play him at small forward, which is nice. He gets you a lot of rebounds. Plays big minutes right now they traded away Dinwiddie, and Porzingis is still out, so a lot of usage for Kuzma to take some shots, get you rebounds, even flirt with triple doubles. Winslow look decent option in 6K range, also like Scotty Barnes and Will Barton. Kaminga is pretty expensive at 56. It'd be tougher to get to him on FanDuel. I'd rather go with the guys in the 6K range. And that's basically it. Still waiting on some news out of like Sacramento, some of these like Jeremy Lamb and some of the value guys that we can look to. Power forward, you definitely can look to get up to Giannis. Randall is 10K, still looks good on FanDuel. But you do have some other guys that look appealing, like a good price tag on Bobby Portis. Good price tag on Wendell Carter at only 68. And Jeremy Grant still continues to be very cheap. He's only 57. Some of these games he's not playing huge minutes because they tend to be getting blown out. But still like to try to get to him at 57 if I could. Good price tag. And if Cade is still slightly not playing like 35, 36 minutes yet, a good amount of usage to be had for Jeremy Grant. At center, Jokic looks great at only 11.3. Price tag him and Giannis, if you want to build around those guys, that's completely fine. You do have a good price tag in the mid-range with like Valanciunas, Wendell Carter. Nurkic is only 76. Robinson is questionable. If he misses, that just gives a little bit of a bump to Julius Randle to play some more center minutes and get you some more rebounds. So keep that in mind. But I'll probably go with the 7K. And also, like, in the value range, you have Bamba is only 48. And it looks like Bagley will probably be back, but he probably will play like backup center and take some minutes away from Kelly Olynyk. But I'll go with Nurkic at 76 going up against the Bucks. It does give you a lot of upside for rebounds. He's playing around like 33, 34, 35 minutes in close game. Some of these blocks and steal numbers haven't been there recently, last couple of games, or you could be looking at, like close to 50, close to like mid-40s in fantasy points. But it's still a pretty safe, definitely going to get you a double-double, and upside is there for a pretty good price tag, just not having too many other guys to take a lot of shots and get a lot of usage right now. Just only have Josh Hart, who doesn't take a lot of usage. So that's about it for the video. Thank you for watching. Best of luck tonight. If you wanted to join us for the rest of the NBA season, you can check out the website. Link is in the description. Best of luck tonight, and I'll see you all next time.